All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we continue on in Wildcard Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
What is that? 19! Man, I got you. Switch!
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A throw out wide to QT, complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, check Mike 57. Hey,
now it's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Let's go!
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Set 60 out block.
Throwing on 1st down. Love. To Mixon on the check down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time at a Cincinnati 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. Open man is Trey Burton. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case,
and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Carlos Dunlap. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it with Jones. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1 yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the Bengals 15-yard line.
57 the mic. 57 the mic. Watch the backer. Watch the backer. Keep it forward.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long, it's Watson. This complete to the tight end, Clay. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Throwing to start the drive. Love. Darquez Denard there to... Offensively.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
check 55, Mike. Rebut.
From the gun, it's Brady. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. On first down, Brady. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From midfield, here's Brady. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
6-man. Check curls.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
We want it. Come to Mike. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Yeah, let's go second.
Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Jones. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
54.
To throw is Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. He finds Hopkins complete and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now Jones. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're...
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
He's got his man on the crossing route. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Brady just 3 of 6 throwing, but that last completion gets a 1st down. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. On the toss, Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now on second and 13, Brady. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Brady's throw there complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, they'll throw with Brady. He's got Burton here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Zerline's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Complete to Jones. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Here's Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs now leads to a 3rd and long. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
57's Mike. I got it. That's it. 57's Mike.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. This is Jones. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
57.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye, but a defender's coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Wait, set. 53. Mike, 45. Hey, defense, back up.
Brady now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
You ain't going nowhere. 45. 45. Not here. Hey, check Mike 45. Go.
From the gun, here's Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Alert, alert. Come on, here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come on. He don't want it.
From the 40 now on second down. Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
This is Mixon, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
He's going to field this at the 4. And they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's complete to Fuller. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The reception good for 7. It's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Oh, he got that big hit. Big hit.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
I didn't know if that was Okuda who hit him or if it was Landon Collins.
Offensively thus far, they haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone not even put points on the board.
I never do good in big Texas situations like this.
Relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly.
He didn't beat him. He didn't beat him. Damn.
Would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Oh, he dropped it. God damn it.
3rd down, but it's going to wind up in.
All right, we got to go for this one. We got to go for this one.
Defensively. Now they're just 1 more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw, got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow
them to relax. I still got to go.
Plenty of work to do.
I still got to go some yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Set 29. Alpha. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Rip.
To throw is Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Inaccurate. Yep.
And this is going to wind up being complete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle, it's complete.
Mims, let's go, Mims.
He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
I traded for him, man. He's been nothing but a 20 cents.
Final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Denzel Mims. Yeah, I got him up to superstar. Over 1,000 yards receiving this year.
Changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation?
You know,
no more timeouts.
I don't want to make you mad, but at the same time,
as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
I got to do what I got to do to try to win.
Red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Back to
Got him. Oh, he dropped it. God damn.
It's going to wind up incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there.
There's a star receiver over there.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid
I thought
to take
he got
those
it
chances.
too.
That means your guys going
Just couldn't
downfield
get
to catch the ball.
He got the one hand on it.
They've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Brady to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes,
big moment.
That's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send them after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Pick. Yeah, I knew it. As soon as I threw it, I knew it because as soon as I threw it, I was like, pick.
And a big turnover there as his guys
Good game, man.
get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute
drill
trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Oh, that's a safety. Come on.
He is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, you can't kneel now.
Losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this
But
a second and
you can let the
13.
clock run out. That's a safety, though. Come on. You just let the clock run, or you can run it. Risk a safety.
They'll go again to Jones. And an alley to run. He's going to get this up to the 24-yard line.
Or a big-ass run.
22 yards there, a first
Good game,
down.
man.
And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs, because there's all that build-up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt, because when you work that hard to get this far,